This is a continuation of a video we did with Mr. Mutunga because it was getting long, so we are continuing today, so welcome. So we were where we were talking about how the students were indisciplined in Ngomeni.
Yeah.
Yes. So I wanted him to tell us an example of how indisciplined one of the students was, or he gives us an example of a severe punishment. Sorry, severe discipline that was occurred.
Okay, we had several cases. For example, the first one I was talking of, where a student, a girl, in collaboration with the parents, set a certain teacher. They used to brew changa, and the Mwalimu used to frequent there. So one day, he was given a lot of changa. He drank himself silly. Then the parents took him to the girl's bed and removed his clothes. They told the girl to do so and to sleep with him. The guy was unconscious. So in the morning, when he woke up, he could not imagine whether he slept there. And the parents told him that they don't want to punish him or report him to the administration or the ministry. So they agreed that in every month, or after every month, you will be giving them 5,000 shillings.
True.
And it was a lot of money for those days, considering the salary of a teacher. So the Mwalimu agreed, and he started giving them the money.
Okay.
Then after some time, the principal realized that the guy was not doing well. He used to have debtors' clothes, and he could not even afford to pay the rent. But when you look at the pay slip, he used to have some money. So we inquired why. Then he opened to us and told us that he has been paying a lot of money to that mzee. So the principal went to the homestead. Then he threatened the parents of misusing their girl and the teacher. Then he organized for a transfer for that teacher.
True.
That was one.
That was really severe. But at least the principal was very caring.
He was very caring.
Yes. And what happened to the student?
The student? The student was just left there. Nothing was done to her.
She was not even advised, because now the parents are interfering. You cannot call maybe the chief to help because this family has issues.
One, the school was surrounded by the changa dens.
Yes.
And the dens were chief's cash cows. So you do not do anything so that does not lose that money he gets from them.
Yeah, true. True. And if you are now maybe in charge somewhere, if you had an office in the government, if you're just not maybe a teacher, what could you do to help that child? Because now there's the interference of the parents.
One thing, I would counsel her, and if possible, I transfer the girl from that school to another one, and probably a boarding school.
A boarding school.
Yeah, where she wouldn't be mingling with the drunkards.
Yes. But you also have to find maybe funding so that the child can be paid for school fees.
Yeah. No, they had no problem.
Oh.
They had a lot of money because of the changa.
Oh, yeah.
So
true.
the girl
yes.
had no problems of fees.
True. Yeah, that was so sad. That was so sad.
It was.
So, also, were you able to deal with some of the indiscipline cases? Were you able to advise some of the children, or what actions did you take to help to curb the discipline in that area?
I really helped quite a number through counseling and also through even going to their homesteads to see the parents. The place is not that good.
Yes.
So I told you that there is a lot of poverty in that area.
Yes.
And there is a lot of prostitution.
Yes.
So even the parents would not mind whether their girls will come or not. And they would also tell the girls to go look for men to have money. So I used to do a lot in counseling
Yes.
of the students.
That's really a lot. And you stayed there for 10 years.
I stayed there for 10 good years.
What are the challenges the teachers have now? The teachers have when they were teaching in that school?
The challenges they used to face, the students, okay, the attendance of classes or lessons was a big problem.
A big problem.
Yeah, you could not teach our whole class
Every day.
every day. Absenteeism was the biggest problem. And the problem was this child might go to sleep also,
Okay.
and then fail to come to school the following day. We had, for example, a certain girl who got lost, and the parents came. We told them she left here this particular day. We have been thinking that she's at home. Then we discovered that she was living with another man there. I heard him say, whose wife had passed on.
So did you bring her back to
Yeah,
school?
we brought her back to school.
And down through counseling, what did she say?
Huh?
What did she say?
Okay, she said, okay, it was not love, but she pitied them there because he had no wife and she saw him having problems.
My God.
Yeah. Yes. But later, she got married by themselves after school.
After school?
Yeah.
Hey.
And they are happily married up to today.
Up to today?
Yes.
And the parents allowed it?
Yeah, they allowed them stand up.
Now, if you're the parent, how do you deal with such a case?
I think themselves should be behind the bars.
Yes, true, because it's a minor.
It's a minor.
Hey,
But see, I'm telling you that people of that area don't mind.
they don't mind.
Parents were happy because they would get something from themselves.
You had so many discipline
Yes,
challenges.
so many discipline cases.
So every day you have to be really on absenteeism to curb it and everything else.
Yeah. If some parents would send some of the students to come and sell drugs in school, parents.
Parents?
Yes. Their business is trafficking of money. So they would use the students. The students were convicts or their sons or daughters so that they sell to the other students. So the school was so indisciplined.
So if you found out that, let's say, a student was sent by the parents to come and sell.
Yeah.
To
Like there's a case where one of the students' mother came to school to report that the son is always sent by the father to come and sell bank. So when we called the student, and then the mother told us in the presence of him, the boy wanted to beat the mother. And by the way, he took a bicycle and hit the mother with it.
The bicycle?
Yes, a bicycle. No, it was a disco. So
Yes, of course, I know. Raising the bicycle and
yeah, to hit the mother. And she became unconscious. I had to take her to the hospital. And then the boy disappeared completely. Did not come back to school.
So even teaching at that school, you were at risk.
Yeah.
And the other teachers also were at risk.
Yeah. It was not a good school.
That was not a good school. But you stayed there for long. At least you could
but
be
they
able
used to fear
manage.
me. I said.
Oh.
You know, I stayed there. I started teaching. I told their mothers.
Oh.
So they would be told by the mother, don't talk with Mr. Swan.
Yeah, because now this is a cycle.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
become parents very young because
Yeah.
they've not furthered their education. That's why
Yes.
you were teaching their mothers.
Yeah.
So you can see there's also the poverty cycle.
And also the mothers were like them.
Oh. Okay, so
Yeah.
they knew you were tough.
Yeah, they know I was tough.
Okay. How was it now? How did it go after that, the school?
So what we did, we changed the entry behavior.
The entry behavior.
Yeah, we took students, or we admitted students in Form 1, those who had 250 marks and above. And they were a few. Okay, they could not fill 2 classrooms. We decided we will deal with that class.
Only with those students.
Yeah, and the students not let us down. They worked hard and they passed. Seriously. Then the school had now a good reputation.
Oh.
So we would get better students.
Okay.
Yeah, so they would do quite well.
Quite well.
Then it's changed.
Yeah, now it is changed. Yes, that is. You see now, I think the entry behavior was the problem.
It was a problem because you would hear the parents say that, mine after class 8, I will bring him or her here.
Oh.
And then the school had very bad reputation.
Okay. So now
It was being referred to as a maternity school, where pregnancies were not something new.
something new.
Yeah, very many students become pregnant.
And the children were guided, the girls were guided.
Yes.
And they
The parenting was the biggest problem there.
Hey, you did good. At least you brought change in that school. So, were there co-curricular activities in the same school?
Yeah, and they would participate. But they used to take students to national schools. For example, in 1999, I remember there was a girl. She was by the name Kamene Isaac. Yeah, she went to the nationals 400 meters.
400 meters.
And they were also very good in soccer.
In soccer.
So they used to like games very much.
And
So a student would come, stay in the school when they are about to go to the competitions. Then after the competitions, he or she disappears. So they used to love games very much.
Okay.
We would not even force them to run cross country. They liked it very much.
Hey, that is good. So you use them to make sure they are in school now?
Yeah, they are in school.
Okay. Were you also involved in other extracurricular activities? It was only games. Music?
Music, we used to go to the nationals.
Still nationals?
Yes, music. Every year we'd go to the nationals.
So everyone has their own
A
talent.
very talented music teacher.
Yeah, so those were their interests now,
Yeah.
regardless of what they were doing in education. Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you change the methods of teaching them? Because now you see this is a different lot.
Yeah. We did not change much. Because the problem was not teaching. The problem was the students.
Yes.
Yeah, so we did not change the methods. And then we instilled some discipline.
Some discipline.
Yeah. So we became very tough. Every teacher, not just at the deputy or the teacher on duty, everybody. You find a student in that market, you deal with him or her there and there.
Oh.
In the market.
In the market?
Yeah. So they would pass through the market running very fast. Because the market was a problem.
The market was a problem?
Yeah, it was a problem.
So now you first made an announcement in the parade, or what did you do?
Yes, and we called the parents. Yeah, we get your child in the market. We either he'll be expelled or she'll be expelled. And they also helped us.
Yes.
See, I've told you that after we raised the envy behavior,
Yes.
then we had also good parents.
Good. Oh, yes,
Good,
true.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the problem of those ones with low marks was that the parents would not care.
Okay.
You call them to school, they can't come.
So these ones were coming.
They were coming and they supported us, and we did well.
So now, for a child to be able to perform well, now we've discovered that you need all the pillars.
Yeah.
You need the community, parents. You need also the school and the
teachers.
and the teachers, because now you needed the whole of them in order for them to perform.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they helped us very much.
They helped you.
Yeah.
Hey, that was
That
good.
class of 1986, I remember they did quite well.
Okay. Hey, that is good. So
That's the time now we started getting B's.
B's.
2006.
Okay.
2006.
So 2006 you started getting the
Now
B's.
I'm a B's.
So the school, of course, it went up.
Yeah, it went up.
Hey, did good.
And
So
the population reduced.
the population reduced. So during that time, what were you telling the students? What study habits were the students practicing during that time?
Okay, we would make sure that by 6, and it was a day school, They are in class 6.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
A day school.
A day school. And then we had tuition. Then on Saturdays, we'll be with them
Okay.
from morning to evening.
Morning to evening.
Yes, 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
Yes.
But you are with them on Saturdays to ensure that they don't do anything else.
They don't do anything. We occupy them.
Oh, you occupy. Okay.
Yeah. And we would take them from benchmarking in schools which are a day like theirs, but which does well in exams.
Yes.
So we expose them.
Yes.
And then they also change
Okay.
exposure. You know, because majority of the students we are from the same area.
Yes.
They were in the same primary school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So, like, for example, a school where you took, which school did you take them to?
We took them, I remember we took them to a school known as Ketonini. Then we took them to another school in Tawa. I don't remember its name.
So, why were these two schools exceptional? What were they doing that is different?
Okay, one, in those areas, a student would do well in KCPE, but lack fees.
Okay.
So the parents would take
The child to national school.
to that day school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we discovered that the catchment area, the students had good marks, not unlike there.
There.
Yeah. Secondly, like one school, they would also import students from outside. And then the students were so disciplined that they used to stay in the market, the nearby market.
Yes.
And they were disciplined. You could not get them in bars or in drunks.
Yes.
I don't know what that principal used to do. And then they were friendly.
They were very friendly.
And very sincere to the teachers. They always consulting. And ours could not. They are just like this one.
Okay.
Because they could not express themselves in English.
Oh.
So Kikamba was the problem.
Okay. Those schools were exceptional. If you can, a child to live alone in a market.
In a market.
And come to school in the morning early.
Morning, yeah.
And no indiscipline.
No indiscipline. Na alikuwa anatoka shule by 9
By usiku.
usiku.
Peke yao.
Yes.
Na wanaenda wanalala tu.
Analala tu. Alikuwa anakula shule.
It was a day mixed.
Day mixed. That school was exceptional.
It was exceptional. And they just had the normal school routine.
Yeah, the normal school routine.
How did they revise? Did you ask them how they did their revision or what was exceptional else in their revision?
They had very good organized discussion groups.
Okay.
Very organized. And they had arranged themselves in such a way that each student in a group is given a chapter. For example, if it is in English. Yeah, go and do research on this, another one on this, another one on this. So that when they are discussing, everybody would do what? Participate. Yeah.
Yes.
And they had done a thorough revision. So, like in English, we found that English literature.
Yes.
And Fasihi. Somebody would master one said book.
Yes.
Another one. And then they narrow to chapters.
Okay.
Chapters. And
yes.
Those weak ones
came up. That was good. What other method did you use in Gomeni to be able to make the students improve in their studies?
Apart from the what's the problem?
I don't know. It's maybe the rest of the place.
Apart from now benchmarking, they were now exposed.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we used to have very many trips. Some were being sponsored by the chairman of the board.
Okay.
He was a rich man, the owner of Gilead. hotel, yeah. He's a neighbor of the school, and he was once a chairman. So you'd give the school money, take these kids to this place,
So
take them to Alliance, to know that those are just students, not angels.
yes.
Yeah. And then they changed.
Okay.
Kwanza they could not speak that mother tongue. So they changed in English, Kiswahili. Yeah. I don't know whether now they have changed or what.
Okay. But that is good.
Yeah.
So now, from there you went to which other station?
From there I came to McQueen.
Okay, so now you are continuing with your teaching.
Yeah.
Yes. So throughout the years, you've been able to get different salaries.
Yeah.
Yes. From the time that you were employed up to now.
Yeah.
So how can a teacher use his or her salary effectively? Advise a teacher.
Yeah, when I was employed, we used to get our salary. Gross was 2590. 2,500. That was the year 1988.
1988.
And it was a lot of money. Because from Wote to Machakos, or from Makweni to Machakos, we used to pay 20 shillings.
20 shillings?
20 shillings.
Only?
Yes, only. 20 shillings only. And a kilo of meat was going at 15 shillings.
A kilo?
A kilo of meat.
So
my first loan was given 40,000 shillings.
From the bank or from the SACCO?
No, from MwalimusSACCO.
MwalimusSACCO. So you advise teachers to join?
Yeah, I would advise them to join very fast.
Immediately they get their salary?
They get their salary, they go to the SACCO. When I got my 40,000, I was able to buy 2 plots at Water Market.
Okay.
Yeah.
2
plots. And I did not construct. Because by then, it was part of the Lanja Machakos district.
Oh, it was still part
so
of...
So it was remote.
Oh.
So in the year 1991, when it became a district now of its own, now the place started developing.
Okay.
Then I sold those plots at 600,000.
That is a span of how many years?
Very few years.
Very few, very. 600,000.
Yeah, that changed from Machakos district to Makweni itself.
Yes.
People flocked there to buy plots. Then I earned from them.
Yes.
Then after I got that money, I bought a big piece of land near my place.
You are home now?
My home.
Yes.
Which is of high potential
than yes.
Yeah.
So you use the whole amount, 600, to buy the one that is in your place.
I used the 600,000.
Yes.
I fenced.
Yes.
And I also undermarketed into plots.
Still into plots?
Yeah, into plots.
Yes.
So nikapata 38 plots. And those 38 plots are still there.
They are still there?
Yeah. And the current price is 1.7. So
all of them?
All of them.
1.7.
So when I want, I'll just go and sell one.
You sell one, so one is supposed to be like how much?
1.7 million.
One is the one that is 1.7?
100 by 50 by 100.
And you have 30?
Yeah, 8. So that was an investment.
That was a good investment. When you were doing like that during that time, did you know that it's going to come to this?
No, I didn't know.
You didn't know, you were just investing.
Yeah, but when I went to that, my first posting, I told you that I found very mature teachers.
Yes.
And they would advise me, or they advised me how to invest, what I should do. Kwanza, I should get into that circle, the first thing.
The first thing?
Yeah. And Kwanza, it's one teacher who showed me that plot.
The one at Wote.
at Wote.
Those were good teachers.
Yeah.
Mm.
And from there, okay, that company made me to what I am today.
Okay. That is good.
Yeah, because after that station, I've not gone to a place with such teachers.
Oh, yes. Yes, true.
So what is also destroying teachers is, okay, somebody will get into the circle. After a few years, gets into the banks to get the loans.
Yes.
And then they continue topping up.
Yes.
Now this teacher will be getting very little salary. And he cannot get a loan of 500,000 in his life.
In his life?
Yeah.
Because of the topping up.
You know, you top up, that interest is very high.
Yes.
So you top up, okay, you need 40,000 shillings or 50,000. Then you are told to fill a loan of this amount, a million plus.
Yes.
Then you are given you have a 50. Then the interest is very high. You will pay for 5 years. So they will not finish paying or complete paying that loan.
Yes.
That's why you see very many of them in problems.
Because now they
That
even...
is what is killing teachers.
Oh.
And especially the young ones.
The young ones.
Yeah. Then unatoka kwa sacco. Then the loan you had from the sacco is paid by the bank.
By the bank.
So you become a slave
Of the bank.
And you know the rates
Yes.
are very high in the bank then.
Yes. And they're fluctuating. They go with according to the economy. It's not like the circle.
Yeah, not like the circle.
So what can you advise the teacher to do after they join the circle? They should invest in what?
One thing I would tell them, you don't lose when you invest in land.
In land.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if possible, you can buy a piece of land, not necessarily for constructing a house or for farming. You can do it just like a kind of investment.
Yes.
So that in the future, you'll sell.
Yes.
You'll get a lot of money. So I have several pieces of land in different areas. And if I feel like I sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, because now I don't have fees
Yes.
to pay. I have, my kids have gone. It's only me and wife.
Okay. That is good. So, what percentage of the salary should they invest and how much do you think they should be left with?
Okay, it will depend on one's needs.
Yes.
But if, for example, you can start with 5,000.
5,000.
Just 5,000. Just give the circle 5,000.
Yes.
Then after some time, you'll have created a lot of capital.
Yes.
Then ensure that the first loan you get is not less than 500,000.
Yes.
Don't just get at 120. Now you're near.
So that now you get something like a land.
Yeah, you get something like a land.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about those teachers who get their first loan as a car?
That is another thing killing the young teachers. Yes. That version of cars. Somebody will get a car loan from a bank.
Yes.
Not from the circle.
Yes.
Because when you are young and you have some shares in the circle, they cannot give you 1,000,000 shillings.
Yes, they
Circle. They cannot.
when you're young, they can't.
But in the banks, you need just to give them your payslip.
Yes.
And you channel your salary through that bank.
Okay.
They will give you that 1,000,000. And after you buy the car, they get your what? Logbook.
Yes. Oh.
It's a loan.
Okay.
Okay. Then, because they are young and restless,
Yes.
those cars get damaged very fast because of their lifestyles.
Okay.
One, they don't have the money for the repair.
Yes.
So you see, this is a new car, but with very many problems.
Yes.
So after a year or two, it is gone. And then they continue doing what? Repaying that loan.
Loan.
They become poor.
Yes. True.
So when you go to a school and you find that we have very many new cars, the small ones,
Yes.
no, those are from young teachers and loans from the banks.
From the banks. And that is not a good move.
It is not a good move.
Yes.
Okay, you know, a car to some extent, although there is that convenience,
Yes.
but should not be a priority.
Yes, it shouldn't.
Yeah. Me, I drove my first car in the year 1997.
1997.
That is when I had my first car.
And did you have investments before that? Yes, you
Yes, I
already
had
told us.
investments.
Yes, you had. Okay. Which is good.
And then if there is, okay, they accumulate their money in the circles, you will be getting very good dividends
Yes.
at the end of the
At the end.
day. So if you have over 1 million, for example, I'm always assured that by March I will have over 100,000.
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
And that money can help you.
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
help you. In a big way.
In a big way.
Yeah, that is good. So have you seen some of the teachers who've been affected by maybe these huge loans?
I've seen very many. I've seen very many. Even here you can do research
Okay.
to find we have that problem.
Yes. So they tend to be stressed, or what are the repercussions?
They become stressed and their output is reduced.
It's reduced. Okay. And how can these teachers be helped? If you know you are the employer, how can you help these teachers? What is the move that should be made to help these teachers? Because we need them to work.
I tend to think this issue of top-up
Yes.
should be abolished.
Okay. Oh, true.
Then secondly, you know, we have that 1/3 rule.
Yes.
Now the circles do not do what? They
Yes.
don't fall because you'll be told let your salary pass through Mwalimu Circle.
Yes.
Then they give you another loan.
Yes.
Now which they will be deducting now straight from your salary.
Yes.
So you become salaryless.
Yes.
We have very many problems.
Yes.
Unless that one is stopped or teachers are paid well,
Yes.
then we shall have a big problem in the teaching profession.
Okay. Even if they are paid well, who knows, they won't take again the loan.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem. So they need the education to be
education.
educating.
But they are educated, they know.
Yeah, they know. True.
Yeah.
True.
Some are not young, they are old,
Yes.
and they have big kids.
Yes.
So you mean they don't know?
They know. They know. True, they know.
They know.
Yes. So over the years, what other advice can you give to those young teachers? Because you have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And you're still in the profession, so these challenges, you're still meeting them.
These young teachers, as you have said, majority will go for cars.
Yes.
The first thing.
The first
But
thing.
during our time, we don't think of vehicles. We think of either first acquiring a piece of land, then constructing a house, a living house at home.
At home.
Then you start from there.
Yes.
You have somewhere to hide your head.
Yes.
And then from there, if possible, ensure that you don't you don't use all your salary. Be left with just amount which can push you to one billion.
Yes.
The other one, you invest.
Yeah.
An investment, don't bank the money
Yes.
because you'll be going for the money.
Yes.
Go and put it either in the circle or you invest in the money markets.
Yes.
Yeah, where you'll be earning money anytime you want.
Yes.
I don't know whether you have been to one.
Yes, I mean, money market fund.
Yeah, those ones.
Yes.
By the way.
That is your advice. And today also, because some of them are living in towns, so you still want them to build the houses. Where should they build those houses?
You find now even in the urban areas, the houses are very expensive.
Yes.
When you are paying the rent or when you are also constructing.
Yes.
Because, for example, in Machakos town, you cannot get a plot of less than 5 million.
Yes, yes.
So the plots are more expensive than constructing the what? The building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would advise them to purchase maybe a piece of land in areas where it is less expensive. Then they construct the houses. Or if they cannot construct, they can buy.
They can. True. True. Even if they think it's a lot of money, they can start the process. Or what are they going to do?
Me, I would advise them, for example, why can't they invest in those land markets?
Yes.
That's the best.
The best.
Yeah.
True. It's the best.
If you have excess,
Yes.
well, there is no money.
There is no money which is excess. They should just start.
Yeah. For example, I have also invested in that. That's why when I like a vehicle, I will just buy.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I also I like the money not staying in the bank also.
Yeah.
The in the money market fund is good.
Yeah,
But if Kenya had index funds like abroad, those would be the best.
It will be the best.
And
But
if they had the SP 500 like there, we could still try.
Yeah.
But now we have the money market. I think they should try. That is a good advice. Now also over the years, because you've been into different schools, if you would, let's say now for some reason you go back in time, which kind of school would you take your children to?
Suppose now they are in school now.
Yes. Or you advising your son or daughter to take your grandchildren.
Yeah, if they can afford, it is good to take them to these big private schools, international schools.
The international schools.
Yes.
Yes.
From there, they will interact with students from all over the world.
Yes.
And their brain will be enlarged.
Yes.
And also the service they are given that school, can't compare it with our rural schools.
Yes.
So if they have money, take them there. And let them not study this curriculum of ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go for those ones of Britain and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what can you advise a parent now? How can they chip into their parents, to their child's education? How can they participate as the parent?
As a parent, you have to save money for your children.
Okay.
And especially when they are born. You start from there.
Start from there.
Yeah, you open an account for them. And you'll be depositing some money there. That's one thing I practiced, and I had no stress.
You had no stress.
All my kids, I've never given them half of the fees.
Yes.
I would pay
The whole fees.
the whole fees, the whole year.
The whole year.
Yeah. So I was never stressed by school fees.
So immediately they were born, you open an account.
Yeah. There is an account in Cooperative Bank.
In Cooperative Bank, yes.
Was it a Simba or some? No, not Simba. Elephant.
Yes.
For the
Simba
kids.
is in KCB.
Yeah. So in Cooperative Bank there was that elephant.
Yes.
So you would even give the kids those to
to elephants.
To elephants, yeah. So they would also wake up very early in the morning. They get my clothes peremba kama ni kitu wanaweka hapo.
Oh.
So to them it was a fun.
Yes.
And I would do it.
Yes.
So they would see my friends come there. Wanawapelekea.
Oh.
So I built up that kit.
Yes.
So when they were in class 4, I took them to a boarding school.
Yes.
And I had enough money. I had no problem. And I continued depositing some money in those accounts.
Yes.
I had 3. Every child had 1.
Hey, that is good.
Sio moja. Kila mtu alikuwa na account yake. So the mother would contribute, I would contribute. Leo tutawekea June, lingine tunaweka Julian, lingine tunawekea Joseph.
Hey, that is good. Hey, that is good advice, because nowadays even the schools that we teach in, you find out that parents are struggling to pay school fees. They are struggling.
If a parent cannot pay 4,000 shillings in Sunday school,
imagine.
Does it mean you can't get 4,000 from January to December? Some do not give priority.
Yes.
In education.
Yes, they don't.
Because I knew my students, my kids will go to secondary school.
Yes.
I knew they must go to university.
Yes.
So I had that statement. Yeah. I not say let them just go to a nearby school. No.
Yes.
Yeah. Once I took them to Makweni.
Yes.
In their primary school, because schools there used to do quite well.
Yes.
So there was a boarding public school, primary, and it used to be very good.
Yes.
So I took them there. I knew now they'll go to schools of their choices.
Of their choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one went to St. Angela's, another one went to Gracious Blood.
Hey, they were bright.
Yeah, they were. And the boy went to Kangumo High School.
Hey, they were really, they did well.
They did well.
You took them to the university.
And to the
university. So if you could be able to afford comfortably the education, even university, you took them, you funded
I have never gotten any help.
You still invested the same salary?
The same salary. Then, I'd also invested elsewhere.
Oh.
Okay, so, for example, there is a couple ahead at Roy. So I sold it. I have an account. Now, when they were about to go to the university.
Okay.
So I did not have any problem.
Yes. Any other maybe side hustle that a teacher could do anywhere else that they could maybe generate income?
Yeah.
Yes.
You cannot now
depend on the salary.
Once it is too long. So you have to come up with a business. Like if you have a farm, you can produce some crops or animal products like milk.
Okay. So you produced?
Yeah, I produce milk. I have some dairy animals. I have a big farm which plant cereals and pulses like beans. So you find that I don't have that big problem.
You don't have a big problem?
Yeah, I know, for example, every morning there is 1,000 shillings from the milk.
And you started with just one cow?
Just one cow. Just one cow.
The same salary that you took to invest,
yes.
that it's paying the loan, is the one that bought the cow?
Yeah, the cows.
Then
over the holiday, I wanted to start drip irrigation. So now I have running water in my farm. So by the month of August, I'll have started that irrigation.
We should visit you.
And I will earn some money.
Hey, we should visit. We'll start visiting teachers in their homes, because now of this. I also interviewed another teacher. They also are doing farming, and the way they were describing their fruit, their tree, their fruits in the they're called what? There are mango trees. There are orange
avocados.
Trees. Yes, avocado. We want to see them.
Okay, now, for example, I planted in October those fruits. I have over 200 trees.
200?
200. And I will add more. So I'm going to graft them by the end of July.
Do you have workers?
Yes, I have. And
how
many?
Oh, kibaruas are the ones who are doing.
I use kibaruas.
Yes.
Because you won't be working on that tree every now and then.
Oh, but do you have to water it every day?
No. Per week.
Per week.
Yeah, 20 liters per week.
Per week.
Every tree. So that's why I bought this pickup. It's a vehicle for the farm.
Yes. Hey, that's good. You're motivating other teachers.
Yeah.
So
but
now,
these ones of ours here don't want to learn.
They don't want to learn? They will learn with time.
Well,
I'm learning.
I'm becoming old.
Let me tell you something about young people. They always think they know. See, it's just like the way in the students in the class. You are trying to tell a student something, this is not right. Someone is trying to take you astray, and they still think they are bright.
Yeah.
The same way teachers are.
Yeah.
You're trying to teach them, but now you have to be patient and you have to repeat. If they tell you something, you repeat it and then you keep quiet so that it instills. Because there are things which I was told through a lot of the repetition. Before I knew how to keep my money.
Yeah.
Even in an investment, I make profit like this. I want to go. I tell, give me the profit. Give me the profit. I want to go use it, buy clothes. Life is one that has taught me.
Yeah.
And when I learned, I never went back. I don't joke.
Yeah. So, okay, you learn through experience, through friends.
Yes.
So, see, I told you the first bunch of teachers I met in my first station. Really encouraged.
Yes.
Encouraged me. They showed me the ways. Yeah.
Okay. That is good. So now, as a parting shot, what motivation can you give to teachers? And not even motivation. Before we give motivation to teachers, there is a 14-year-old out there. There is also a 16-year-old who is not so sure about their career that they want. Can you tell them the good stuff about teaching? What is the good thing about teaching? So that they can.
One thing, you wouldn't get into teaching to earn money.
Yes.
So, in a way, it is a calling. And you'll be paid by God.
Yes.
That's why most of the teachers' children are the ones who excel in exams and also in life.
True.
Yeah. So unless you are not working for money, then teaching is good. But if you earn more money, then there is more money.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was listening to another documentary that we have very many teachers' colleges, but they don't have students. Right? And the students don't want to join teaching courses. So with time we may have problems of teachers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, true. True.
Yeah.
So, and advice to teachers, your fellow teachers?
My fellow teachers, I tell them to wake up and they should not major in minors.
Yes.
They major in majors.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they'll do well.
They'll do well.
Yes.
So thank you so much for agreeing to the interview.
Yes.
God bless you.
Yeah,
We'll come to your farm soon, very soon. You'll be shocked.